Hello everyone, welcome to Career D Training Solutions. This is Janani and this is day 2 on your sentence correction challenge. Just in case you haven't watched the day 1 challenge, kindly find the link given in the description box, check it out and then come back for this challenge. So just like we did in our first challenge, once the question is displayed, you are going to pause it, read the question, get the answer and then play the video to check your answer. So here we go with the first question. To complete the fancy dress event costumes, Leo, Harry, and me bought about 47 inches of satin cloth. So the answer for this question becomes, to complete the fancy dress event costumes, Leo, Harry, and I bought 47 inches of satin cloth. Now, if you closely observe and you put your sentence pattern for the second part of the sentence, that is Leo, Harry, and me bought about 47 inches of satin cloth. Now, this 47 inches of satin cloth becomes your object, bought becomes your verb, Leo, Harry, and me becomes your subject. But me used here is an objective pronoun, it is not a subjective pronoun. So that becomes your error, just like your pronoun tabulation. I is a subjective pronoun and me is an objective pronoun. Since the position of this is in the subject's place, here I have to use a subjective pronoun, not an objective pronoun. Thus the answer to complete the fancy dress event costumes, Leo, Harry and I bought about 47 inches of satin cloth. Moving to the second question. In the most mellow voice, Professor Lydia asked John and I to meet him after the class. The answer for this question becomes, in the most mellow voice, Professor Lydia asked John and me to meet him after the class. Just like a previous question, here Professor Lydia is your subject, asked is your verb, and John and I becomes your object. But I is a subjective pronoun. I have to use my objective pronoun me. So thus I use asked John and me to meet him after the class. This becomes your answer. Moving on to the third question. The government declared that all the convicts of spam case has the freedom to enjoy their property. The answer for this question becomes, the government declared that all the convicts of spam have the freedom to enjoy their property. Just like your first rule of your subject verb agreement says, if your true subject is singular, your verb is also going to be singular, or if your true subject is plural, your verb is also going to be plural. Now what is the true subject and the verb used here? True subject used here is convicts and the verb used here is has, isn't it? But convicts is a plural subject, but my verb used here is singular. So I am changing the verb has to have, so this becomes your answer. Hope you got it. Moving to the next question. Either the physicians in the hospital or the chief administrator are going to take a serious action against the molestation. It's a quite simple question, and the answer for this becomes, either the physicians in the hospital or the chief administrator is going to take a serious action against the molestation. Yes, now this follows the rule of proximity. You have the pronoun, that is correlating pronoun either or are. Okay, now in that case, what is your nearest subject? The nearest subject to the verb is administrator, isn't it, which is a singular subject. So if your nearest subject is singular, your verb should supposedly be singular, but what is used here is a plural verb, so I am changing that to a singular verb. So this becomes your answer. Moving on to the next question, Dr. Divya comments that medical outsourcing may help in the idea of rural patient care. Now, having read the question, can you find an error? No, right? So the answer says that the question itself is a correct statement. Now, in a very rare case, you will be facing certain questions where you do not find an error. So there is a chance of getting a question where you don't have an error. So don't keep confusing yourself. So this is one good example of that. So the sentence has no error in it. Okay? Every citizen of Pakistan have to hold a social membership number so as to become the citizen of the country. The answer for this question becomes, every citizen of Pakistan has to hold a social membership number so as to become the citizen of the country. Now, if you remember our indefinite pronoun rule tabulation, when you have the word like every, your verb is always going to take a singular subject. Now we have every citizen, but the verb used here is have, which is a plural verb. So I have changed it to has. So the answer becomes every citizen of Pakistan has to hold a social membership number so as to become the citizen of the country. Every year, we get new reports that focus on some risk health issues caused by certain common substances. The answer for this question is quite simple, but sometimes we are misguided with the statement or with one of your options which says there is no error in the question, right? Usually when you just read the question for the first time, you find there is no error and you get your answer to be no error, but there is an error in the statement which is change of the word risk to risky. Now read the statement. Every year we get new reports that focus by some risky health issues caused by certain common substances. Yeah, you can name this error to be improper usage of an adverb, because risk is a word that can be a noun or a verb or an adjective, but since health issues is something whose quality is to be determined, I have to use an adverb which is risky. So this becomes your error. Moving to the next question, the mother said, "Come children, the chicken is ready to eat." This is a very, very interesting type of question. Read the question and you will get your answer very easily. The answer for this question becomes, the mother said, "Come children, the chicken is ready to be eaten." Now, can you sense what the error is? Now, look at the difference. In the first statement, that is the question, you have the word eat, but in the answer, it has been changed as be eaten. Now, eat is talking about a subject. That is, look at the statement, you have the chicken is ready to eat. Now, the chicken is not something that is going to eat. The mother had invited the children to eat chicken, right? But your first statement says the chicken is ready to eat, which is the chicken itself is ready to eat. Yeah, it means like that. So I have changed it as be eaten, which is talking about the object. So the statement becomes, "Come children, the chicken is ready to be eaten." Now this is how your active passive voice works. Yeah, now this is a very interesting error and can also be called as a modifier based error. So have a check on that when you face your sentence correction question. Moving on to the next question. The Indian football team has seen a remarkable growth on the worldwide ranking of the last decade. Well, the answer for this question, just by reading it, you would identify that Indian football team is a collective noun for which you have to use a singular verb, which is already done here, right? So there is no error with respect to your subject verb agreement, but the error used in this sentence is a prepositional error. The answer becomes, the Indian football team has seen a remarkable growth in the worldwide ranking of the last decade, right? So this is what we call as prepositional error, because on is used to denote something, the position above something, whereas in is used to denote a position inside something. Now worldwide ranking is a list in which you have a ranked Indian football team, isn't it? So on is not a right preposition, in is the right preposition to be used in a sentence. Hope you got it. Moving to the next question. Knowledge acquired by man or a woman just lie in experiences that he or she has undergone. Once you read the question, it's very difficult to sense the error. The error in this question becomes, knowledge acquired by a man or a woman just lies in experiences that he or she has undergone. Yes, because knowledge is a subject which is going to be an abstract noun. What do you mean by an abstract noun? Generally in noun, no, you have two pair of noun. I mean, you have lot types of noun. Two important types of noun can be abstract and concrete noun, right? Now abstract noun is something that can only be felt, that is, you cannot see, you cannot hear, you cannot touch it. All those things which can be seen, heard or touched can be called as concrete noun. Abstract noun can take examples like knowledge, love, sympathy, kindness. Now all these cannot be seen or heard or touched, isn't it? So something that can only be felt are called as as abstract noun, and always remember abstract noun takes only a singular verb. Here the subject is going to be knowledge, which is an abstract noun. Since it takes only singular verb, the error lies in the word lie. So knowledge acquired by a man or a woman just lies in experiences that he or she has undergone. Hope you got it. So this brings us to the end of the session. If you've learned something new, please do like, comment and share the video to your friends. Thank you for watching. Stay connected with Career Training Solutions and wait for the next challenge that's coming up. Thank you.